Hello my friends, I have a new Photoshop tutorial for you. This time is another manipulation. It's a bit more advanced, not very advanced, but something a bit more advanced than usually maybe. And what I want to show you is how you can create this sort of manipulation. I don't know exactly what my objective was here when I made this, but I just like this gate and I wanted to create this sort of depth of field, making this out of focus elements here. And well, I think it looks nice, so I want to show you how I made this, how I got this light effects and everything. The images that I used here are mine, so well, not all of them. The gate and this destroyed houses here and the road are photos that I took myself with my camera, and the model is from Deposit Photos, and some of the birds here are from DeviantArt and other places. So these are all the layers that we have here, and let's get started. So before we start, I want to go to Lightroom for a second because I want to show you the image that I used for this to start with. I had this stock image and this is what gave me the idea to make that manipulation. And this was actually an HDR image, and I edited in Photomatics, and the result that I got from Photomatics was this. Okay, and I edited this in Lightroom and I got this result. I'll give you this image so you can work with the already manipulated image. So what I will do is I will edit this in Photoshop CS6 with Lightroom adjustments, and this was my starting point. And the first thing that I did is I got rid of all the background here, and for that you can use any selection method that you like. I think I used the quick selection tool because it's quick, as the name says. I don't remember if I have this wall. Yep, I still kept this wall over here. I will jump to the original from time to time just to see the exact parts of the image that I kept or effects that I added, because I don't really remember everything. Okay, so with a quick selection tool you can do a pretty good job here. Anyways, keep in mind that this part will be hidden by the woman, and here we will add more houses. So, and also this is a quite high resolution image, so it's actually I think 6000 by 4000 pixels, so don't worry really that much. Okay, so I think we have a good rough selection here. I'll click the layer mask icon and I'll have to invert the selection, and I'll also have to refine the edge, so right click and choose refine mask. I just want to smoothen this a bit, about 8, increase the feather slightly, 1.9 pixels, shift the edge a bit and increase the contrast to sharpen those edges back about something like that. And I'll click OK. Now this is we have this already extracted, but the problem that I see here is this chromatic aberration here, and the easiest way to remove that is pressing and holding the control key and click on the layer mask to select the edges of the selection of the boundaries of this object here. And now I'll have to invert this. I'll go to select inverse, and now I'll have to move this selection a few pixels up. So I'll have to shrink the selection a bit, make it smaller. So I'll go to select, modify, and choose, let's see if it's contract or expand. I think it is. So I have to expand this selection for a few pixels, let's say 3 pixels. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks nice. Now you can see we have this part of the chromatic aberration isolated, and what you can do is fill this with black, for example, and get rid of it, or you can use the hue saturation adjustment layer, or simply just select the image itself, press Ctrl Command U and simply drop the opacity or choose colorize and try to match the color of the wall, and that's it. I don't want to remove those pixels, so I just use the hue saturation tool to match a bit the color there. Okay, let's move on. Well, we still have to remove the sky here. I'll get the quick selection tool as well. Those plants there, we don't care about those, so we'll get rid of that. Actually, this was a destroyed church, and this was the gate, the entrance, I think. And I'll make sure that it sticks there to the edge right there, and maybe paint a bit more careful here on this side. And that's pretty much it. And now with a 30 and 30 opacity, I will paint out some of that because I painted too much. Okay, I want to have it as seamless as possible. Okay, maybe even some levels to darken it slightly. Okay, so we have the base of our composition here. The only thing we have left to add is the sky, but I still see a bit of the sky here, right here, so I have to fix that. This is on the BG image, and let's fill that with black as well. Actually, you know what? We're gonna get rid of that, of this balcony anyways, because not looking good. Maybe a bit of a, like so. I can tell you nobody can tell this was actually a balcony. Well, if you really pay attention to it, yes, you can tell. But anyway, if you want to spend time deleting the sky between those bars, you can do it. I want to move on because I just want to show you how I made this. The next thing that I added is the sky. I'll go back to my stock image. This is Photomatics. Okay, this is the image. You can use any sky that you want. If you want to make it stormy or a night scene, you can do that. I just wanted to make a sunset or afternoon kind of scene there. This is another picture that I took with my camera. This is an HDR sky image. Let's put this below everything here, and let's name it sky. And let's see how we can move it to add a bit of depth to our image. About something like that. I don't want to make those trees and bushes there visible, so I'll drag it down. Some curves to make the whole thing a bit brighter, not too much. Let's go into the blues and make a sort of a split tone effect. Make the highlights a bit warmer and the shadows a bit colder, not too much, just a touch. Like so. Let's see with the greens what we can do. Maybe add a bit of cyan there on the highlights, and like that. That's too much cyan on the shadows. And on the greens, now if you drag this up, you see this 45-degree line. If you drag the point up, you add green, and if you drag it below, what you do is add the opposite of green, which is magenta. Okay, and here you can see the histogram. So for example, if you want to add, you can see we have mainly midtones here. If you want to add more green, for example, on the shadows, which is this left side of this graphic here, of this histogram. If you want to add more magenta, for example, you drag this below the 45-degree line, but here on the left side where the shadows are. Okay, I don't want to do that, so I want to leave it like so, and like that, and maybe from my experience, the most sensitive of the three channel is the green and magenta, so have to be careful when you touch this because you can ruin your image. See the before and after. Maybe it's even too green.